Hey, everybody, it's Barry Kleinman. I want to apologize preemptively. I'm having an absolutely miserable allergy day. So if I cough or sneeze or worse during this recording, I apologize up front. I'll do my level best to not, but apologies ahead of time. Today, we're talking about LinkedIn's 26 most asked interview questions. And this one, while a little lower down in the chain, it's in the high teens as far as how LinkedIn ranks them. It does have over 500,000 views, its answer on LinkedIn. A lot of people are wanting to know the best way to respond to this question. Um, and it's understandable. It's a hot topic question. It's tell me about your salary expectations. What are your salary expectations? This subject could be talked about for 24 hours straight by all depending on who you ask. And I guess many of these can, but this one in particular because it involves money. To me, once again, my dogma already. If you've been watching these videos, you got to be honest. So, what are your salary expectations? If you must have a finite amount of money, doesn't matter what it is, 200,000, 400,000, 100,000, 50,000. The number is inconsequential. It's what you need. If you need, must have X amount of dollars to take this job, then those are your expectations. And again, we all have issues. We all have budgetary constraints, pardon me. Again, we all have things that we have to get done. Everybody's, life is fluid. Things change all the time in people's lives, and the demands on your pocketbook are reflected in that. So, first things first, and as always, be honest. Do you know your salary expectations? What is a non negotiable must have bottom line? I'm not suggesting you share necessarily the bottom line unless you have a bottom line. If I don't walk out here with an offer for blah, 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 it won't work for me. And here's why. Remember, everything I talk about and I tell people to do when you give an answer, just don't make it a flat, padded answer. Always provide reason, story, context. Context is everything. Getting it and providing it. Just tell people I got into something, kids had to go to a different school, whatever your logic is. Now, do the people on the other side have to care? No, they do not. But once again, the only possible constant in the successful interviewing process is you. What you want to happen, what you know you need to happen so you can go about and live your life effectively. The truth is, the other side may not like it. It's not what you want. I'm not trying to blow it off as though it doesn't matter, but find out now. Find out up front. Find out ahead of time so you can move on. Your time is valuable. You're trying to find situations where you can add enough value to the people hiring you where they're willing to pay you what you need. And if they can't, you've got to go further, right? You've got to go deeper into the process. You have to go push your interview cart down another aisle, looking for the type of feedback and job and payback that you need. So this is a question. LinkedIn says it's whatever, 14 or doesn't matter. This is a question that's going to be asked in every interview at some point, right? By definition, I mean, that's what it is. At the end, they have to make you an offer. So I say it because it's a given. With it being a given, you should know. You should know what your expectations and your needs are. So that's that. Okay. Know what they are. If you don't have a hard line, the next way to look at this question is like this. When you apply for a certain job, whether it's you see it online or a friend tells you about it, or it's even inside the company, you're looking for a different job inside your same company, salary ranges are always involved in the description. Now, there are ranges. They could be pretty broad, but there are ranges. And so another way to answer this question in an effective way and an honest way is when I read the job description, I saw the range was X, And certainly somewhere in that range would work for me, assuming it's true. Now, if a person on the other side of the desk, well, I need an exact number. Honestly, I can't give you an exact number. I don't know enough about everything else that's involved. I don't think I know enough about the job itself. I don't think I know enough about the deliverables and what it's going to take to have the deliverables. I don't think I know enough. I know I don't know enough about how your benefit packages work and how much out of pocket cost might I need for medical expense. So, again, the range works for me, but I don't know that I could give you a hard, fast number. But I will tell you this, Mr. Interviewer, Mrs. Interviewer. I am sure that if we really like each other and you really like me, I'm sure you'll make me a fair offer. Call that whatever you want, but that's the reality, because if they don't make you a fair offer, you don't have to take it, obviously. So I'll leave you with this thought. When you go into an interview, you're asked to deliver. You've got to provide a resume. You go through this robust series of Q&A interviews, and you're asked this and provide that and tell me about this time and all the other questions that you get asked. And your job is, of course, to answer them as we've been talking about and we'll continue to talk about, and answer them authentically and try to provide really good context, get context, provide a story that makes your example stand out, a story of something you learned or a transformation you've made. So you've gone through this whole process, right? At the end of the day, when all this stuff is said and done and they are nothing more to learn from you other than salary, honestly, and you've been forthright with them, the next part is really up to them. They're the ones offering the job, right? They're the ones that actually have to make a final decision. So honestly, this is really on them. The person on the other side of the desk, if they think they're slick and they're cool and they're trying to play this kind of negotiation game with you, they can do that. I would not recommend it highly, particularly up front. It is incumbent upon a company to make a candidate an offer. If they don't want to, I'm just going to simply say, I tell you goodbye. If they want you to make a number, I don't think that that's the right way to do this. And I think it's a bad representation of a company. Now, when they make an offer, if you don't think it's enough, you say, well, I was really hoping for more than that. Well, you said you were within the range. I did. I did ask for something within that range. But now that I've seen everything you need from me and how this job works and the deliverables accordingly, I couldn't do that because I know the time it's going to take. I've been down this road. I know this job. I know the time it's going to take. So I did say that. And I'm not backtracking. But what I'm saying is now with more knowledge, I would need this. You see this, by the way, not that interviews are Shark Tank, but it's not that they're not, right? And sharks say sometimes, look, now that this is going to take a lot of my time, so I would need a bigger part of the action when they're negotiating with people coming in to get deals. Your time is valuable. I talked about this in almost every single one of these sessions I did, and you have to value it. So again, the people want to play games. I tell you to let them play their own games. I don't think you need to be in a situation like that. And if you do, then you better just kind of have a hard, fast line of a number you want. And if it's not there, then walk away, because if this game playing gets too protracted, if that's the standard how companies or a particular company deals with their people, I can tell you it's not going to last a long time, 99 times out of 100. Nothing is always forever, but I would stop the process right there if that's the game they want you to play. You're there to provide a service. They're there to pay you for your service. If you can't meet somewhere agreeable, then, onward. So I hope this helps. Questions, comments, concerns, always. Pardon me, I made it through until that cough. So I thank you, and I hope you're having a great day.